Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be talking about the D-10 divisional chart, also known as the Dashamsha Varga. Well, this divisional chart is one of the most beautiful and useful tool to understand your overall actions in this life. It's a map. This chart is a map of your career path. It indicates your professional success, your professional failures, and your reputation. Yes, reputation through your work. Therefore, it's a chart which defines your social status, how the world perceives you. Ideally, it's the seventh house which indicates that how the world perceives you, but the D10 or the 10th house indicates how the world perceives you through your actions, through your success and achievements. So in today's video, we'll be analyzing the D10 divisional chart, how to calculate it and how to analyze the D10 divisional chart. So let's begin. So what do you mean by the Dashamsha chart? Well, the Dashamsha chart is 1/10th division of your Rashi chart. Or in other words, you can say it's the microscopic view of the 10th house of your horoscope. That's why I said that the D10 chart indicates your professional success, your career path. It indicates your income and wealth derived through your career. It also indicates those activities or your profession or anything which gives you the sense of fulfillment and happiness. It also indicates rivalries in your career, obstructions and failures. So overall, it's a very detailed view of your 10th house. Now let's understand how to calculate the D10 divisional chart.
In the Dashamsha chart, each sign of 30 degrees is divided into 10 equal parts of 3 degrees each. First Dashamsha starts from 0 degree and ends at the 3 degrees. Second Dashamsha starts from 3 degrees and it ends at 6 degrees. In the same way, we can count till the 10th Dashamsha. So the 10th Dashamsha is from 27 degree to 30 degree. For odd signs like Aries, Gemini, Leo, Libra, Sagittarius and Aquarius, the first Dashamsha falls in the same sign. Suppose you have Aries as your rising sign in the Rashi chart, let's say at the degree of 2 degrees 1 minute. Now 2 degrees 1 minute falls in the first Dashamsha, which means 0 to 3 degrees. Therefore, the rising sign of the D10 chart will be same, that is Aries. Now suppose you have Aries as your rising sign, but now the degrees have changed. It's 4 degree 2 minutes. Now 4 degree 2 minutes falls in the second Dashamsha, which means 3 to 6. Okay, 0 to 3 degree it's first Dashamsha, 3 to 6 degrees it's the second Dashamsha. So therefore 4 degree 2 minutes falls in the second Dashamsha. Now count 2 places from Aries, which means Taurus will be the rising sign in the D10 chart. How to calculate for an even sign now? Suppose you have Capricorn as rising sign at the degree of 7 degrees 3 minutes. Now 7 degree 3 minutes falls in the third Dashamsha. Okay, for even sign, counting has to be done from the 9th house. Now in a Capricorn ascendant, Virgo rules the 9th house. So 7 degree 3 minutes, which means third Dashamsha. So you have to count 3 houses away from the ninth house, which means that your first house of D10 will be ruled by the Scorpio sign. And in the same way, you can analyze the placement of different planets.
Well, now you're very well aware of how to calculate your D10 divisional chart. It's time to understand how to analyze it. Well, it's very easy. Just the way you analyze your Rashi chart, in the same manner you can analyze your D10 divisional chart. In the first house of the Rashi chart represents your overall life. It's a blueprint of your life. It represents your physical strength, overall achievements and success in life. In the same manner, the first house of the D10 chart represents the blueprint of your career path. It represents your success, your failures, overall growth. Okay. Now the second house in the Rashi chart represents wealth. It represents your family. Okay. Now the second house of the D10 chart, again, it indicates the wealth. Okay. It also indicates the support of your family in your work, in your career. In the third house in the Rashi chart represents your analytical skills, your manual skills, your creativity, communication. Again, the third house in the D10 chart indicates your skills, your communication abilities, which are very useful in your profession.
In the same way, the fourth house indicates the sense of fulfillment and happiness from your career path. Fifth house is the house of creativity. It also indicates your intelligence and innovation. Sixth house is the house of competition, rivalries and obstructions in your career path. Seventh house is the house of business partners and business. Also, it represents the co-workers at your workplace. Eighth house indicates sudden gain of wealth, hidden transactions. Eighth house is also the house which represents break in career for certain period of time, difficulties you face at workplace. But eighth house also gives you the clue how to transform your career path. The ninth house is the house of merit and position you earn through your profession. Also, it indicates the guidance you will receive throughout your career path. The 10th house indicates your career path, success, social status, how the world perceives you through your work and status. 11th house is the house of social network. Also, it indicates gains and income from your profession. 12th house. Just like the 8th house, 12th house also indicates hidden and secret activities in your career. Also, 12th house represents difficulties faced in your career path. First of all, I would like to say that D10 chart will never show you just one profession. It can indicate multiple professions. In today's world, people are actually pursuing multiple professions at the same time. I feel that the first house lord of D10 chart indicates a true calling. It always indicates the activity or profession which would bring comfort, sense of fulfillment and purpose to us. Suppose the first house lord is in the 6th house. Therefore, providing service to poor sections of society would bring happiness to native. 6th house doesn't always means enmity and struggles in career. 6th house is actually a very beautiful house. It indicates professions like healers, doctors and social workers. It is also the house of animals. Therefore, these people just love to dedicate their time in taking care of animals. Suppose the lord of the first house of D10 chart is placed in the 8th house. It indicates deep interest in the research field. If the first house lord goes in the ninth house, it indicates professions related to teaching and guiding others, and such professions would bring a sense of fulfillment. Therefore, the planet which rules the first house and the planet which is placed in the first house, these planets indicates the overall prosperity and the strength of your career. Planets like Rahu and Ketu can bring sudden ups and downs in your career, especially when they are placed in the first house of your D10. Saturn in the first house is a very good placement. It surely brings success to you, but definitely much later in life. The 10th house lord of the D10 chart also indicates the career field, social status, success, and income source. The placement of the 10th house lord and the planets placed in the 10th house should be analyzed properly. If the 10th house lord is placed in the 6th, 8th, and the 12th house, one can face delays, obstructions, opposition, and sudden breaks in career. If the 10th house lord is placed in the Kendra houses like 1, 4, 7, and 10, this indicates a very strong and successful career. The placement of Atma Karaka and the Amartya Karaka can give us a hint of the professional field. The dashas of the 1st, 5th, and 9th house lords would bring success and gains. These periods can bring promotion and increment in income. The dashas of the 6th, 8th, and the 12th house lords can bring troubles in professions like loss of job or demotion. Now, just like we analyzed Raj Yogas and Dhan Yogas in the Rashi chart, in the same manner we have to analyze Raj Yogas and Dhan Yogas in the D10 chart also. And also, the placement of planet Saturn should be surely analyzed in the D10 chart. Saturn is the Karaka of our actions, that is the karma. Therefore, it indicates the professional success. Therefore, the placement of Saturn in the D10 chart can give you a very clear idea what kind of profession or activity will bring you success. Lastly, as I always mention, that you should always link your divisional charts to the D1 chart. So don't forget to link your D1 with the D10 chart. The placement of the first house lord of the D1 chart in the D10 chart signifies the overall prosperity, success, and growth of your career. If it's placed in a malefic sign or a malefic house, it can lead to obstacles and difficulties. Then the 10th house lord of the D1 chart, you have to see its placement in the D10 chart. It signifies your social status, recognition, and success. If the 10th house lord of D1 is placed in the malefic houses like 6, 8, and 12, it indicates hurdles in your career path. There may be lack of recognition for your hard work. Lastly, you have to see the Upchaya houses in your D10 chart, that is the 3rd, 6th, 10th, and 11th houses. You have to analyze these 4 houses to understand the materialistic growth and success in your life.
Now let's take an example and understand how to analyze the D10 chart, because my videos are always incomplete without an example. So let's see.
Well, here is the D10 chart of former American President Barack Obama. The first house is ruled by planet Venus. Planet Mars is placed in the first house in the sign of Taurus. Mars is also the Atma Karaka in his horoscope. Planet Mars is the reservoir of raw energy. Its placement in the sign of Taurus is giving him the stability and the practicality to use that energy in a constructive manner. Planet Mars in the first house is giving him amazing leadership qualities, courage, confidence and a desire to lead the masses. Now the first house lord Venus is in the 4th house, indicating a job related to homeland security and authority. Also 4th house indicates a high political position. Venus in the 4th house is the reason why he is loved and appreciated by people. Now let's have a look at the 6th house. 6th house is the house of rivalries, competition and competitors. The 6th house again is ruled by planet Venus, which is placed in the 4th house. His personality and aura has been the most important factor for his success in elections. He was the people's favorite president candidate, and that's why he had an edge over other candidates. Also in the D-10 chart, Venus is the ruler of the 5th house and the 10th house, which is absolutely very auspicious. The ruler of the 5th house and the 10th house of the D-10 chart is now placed in the 4th house. Absolutely brilliant placement for a great political career. In D-10 chart, the 1st house lord is in the 4th house. Therefore, it is very important to see the status of the 4th house lord. The 4th house lord, that is planet Sun, is placed in the 5th house along with Saturn and Rahu. 5th house is itself the throne of planet Sun, as Leo rules the natural 5th house. Sun is considered as the king. It indicates political career or a job related to government. Saturn can represent menial jobs. Also, it can represent authoritative jobs. To be very precise, Saturn in Virgo gives very brilliant speaking skills. Therefore, Saturn in Virgo can make a native one of the best lawyers. Barack Obama is a qualified law professional. Also, the Mercury in the sign of Gemini in 2nd house is giving him amazing speaking skills. Let's get back to the 5th house now. Saturn and Sun together are responsible for such a high authoritative status and success in political field. Also, Saturn is the Amatya Karaka, which is really helping the Atma Karaka Mars to lead other people. In the D-10 chart, Saturn is the ruler of the 1st and the 2nd house. Therefore, this placement is bringing a lot of success for him. Planet Rahu also works very beautifully in the sign of Virgo. Over here, Rahu is surely bringing and expanding opportunities. But Rahu and Saturn together indicates a lot of struggle and criticism he has faced to reach this position. The combination of Rahu and Saturn indicates working for the secret services of government organization. Saturn is the ruler of the 9th and the 10th house in the D-10 chart, and its placement in the 5th house confirms success and authoritative position. Moon is the ruler of the 3rd house and placed in the 12th house. Moon is giving him amazing analytical and communicative skills, and as it's placed in the 12th house, this indicates a lot of secrecy in their profession. Ketu in the 11th house is indicating difficulties faced in the earlier years of life. It shows the struggle dealing with other people in the professional field or his social network. Ketu also indicates unreliable people at the workplace. As 11th house is the Upchai house, Ketu in the 11th house has surely brought material success in his life. Ketu also works well in the sign of Jupiter, especially the Pisces sign. It works pretty well over there. He became president in the Mahadasha of Jupiter. And Jupiter in the D-10 chart is the ruler of the 11th house and the 8th house, which means the house of gain and transformation. and Jupiter is in the 7th house, the house of public and masses. In the D1 chart, Jupiter is placed in the sign of Capricorn along with Saturn, which forms the Neej Bhang Raja Yoga.
So guys, this video was all about calculating and analyzing the Dashamsha chart. But certainly our analysis is still incomplete because we need to talk about the deities, the ruling deities of the Dashamsha chart. The deities of any divisional chart adds up the life into that chart. These deities are the key to understand the divisional chart in a very magnified way, in a very deeper way. So our next video will be about the deities of the Dashamsha chart. So don't go anywhere, do subscribe to my channel, stay tuned to my channel for more interesting videos and also our part 2 video of the Dashamsha chart. So don't go anywhere, stay tuned, goodbye, take care.